Rev up your engines. All right, here's a 95 F-150. It may look a little bit faded, but it still runs pretty good. It was the guy's grandpa's truck. He wants to know whether he should fix it or is he gonna have to put too much money in it. What should he do with it? Sure, the paint's seen better days, it's faded away, but hey, it's structurally sound. It's only been a minor wreck in the back years ago. Look at the inside of this bed. Hello! Look how shiny it still is. This is insanity. It does have a cap though. Like they say, they don't make them like they used to. As we look inside here, turn the key on. Okay, it's got on it 191,762 miles. Behind the beast is a V8 engine. This is a 5-liter Ford V8. These engines are notorious for lasting forever. All right, they're not insanely high horsepower, but they have a lot of torque. That's why Henry Ford first mass-produced V8. And in those days, they had way less than 100 horsepower, but they had torque, so they can accelerate. So you see everybody driving around their pickup trucks doing burnouts. They got the torque to pull off fast and to pull loads. This is what people really want. Because let's face the fact, pickup trucks are not race cars. Remember last year the guy brought me his Dodge pickup? It had 700 horsepower, but it was speed limited too. They're not stupid. They didn't let that thing go 200 miles an hour. They'd kill themselves. This is a logical truck. You can actually drive a work truck. It's lasted all these miles. He's a smart guy. He changes the oil now every 3,000 miles because it's an older vehicle. You use a normal oil in it. And it doesn't really burn oil. They use these 5 liters for a really, really long time. And this one, even though it's old, it's a 95, so it's OBD1, not OBD2. So those of you who are bored with me hooking up the OBD2 and analyzing all the computer stuff, you can't do it on this, so you're not going to be bored. But it's still modern enough. You have to worry about messing with the carburetor. It's fuel injected. Now it has an air conditioning compressor, but that doesn't work anymore. Just by spinning here, I can tell it doesn't have any refrigerant anymore. Now since it was his grandpa's car, the last time this thing blew cold air was 10 years ago, he said. So here's a warning of you buying old cars and thinking, oh, I'll fix it up real cheap. It's just out of refrigerant. No. Sitting empty for 10 years. All the seals in the compressor are going to be dry rotted. You fill it up, it'll leak out. All the AC hoses, the rubber's going to be rotten. You can even see it starting to rot over there. Everything is going to be all clogged up. We mechanics call it black death. Okay, it's not the black plague. The interior of the rubber starts to decompose. Rubber always decomposes the hoses on the inside before the outside. And it fills it with black crud. Even if you were to say, put a new compressor and a dryer on, it'd probably screw the whole thing up because all that black crud is in there. And since the hoses are worn, you'd have to replace all the rubber hoses. Even if you flushed it out, it doesn't matter. The rubber hoses deteriorate. You'll flush those pieces out, but then it's still deteriorated and more rubber pieces will go. So don't think about fixing AC on one of these unless you're just willing to replace the whole system. Believe me, I've had people try fixing these and none of them ever lasted more than a week or two, maybe a couple months before either the compressor blew or it just leaked out so fast, or you get too high pressure and you blow a line because something was clogged up. Don't put a bunch of stock in air conditioning unless you want to spend a whole bunch of money on these, because I've had a lot of people buy them and think, oh, I'll just fix the AC. No, they'll spend more money fixing the AC than they paid for the truck. Look at the top of the engine. That's metal. The new ones are all plastic. But check it out. This is corrosion. The metal corrodes from water and stuff. This sat for a while, 3-4 years, unused. But it's still the original alternator that still works. That shows two things. They don't make them like they used to. They used to make it better. And of course, with a more mechanical vehicle, as you can see here, the cooling fan is metal and mechanical. There's so much less strain on the electrical system of these old cars because they don't use all that power. That's why you get an old truck like this, you might park it for a month or two. As long as the battery's good, it'll start right up. My son Sienna, remember he got a new pickup truck that he's in love with, right? So he's not driving the Sienna. The Sienna sat for 2 months and the battery's flat dead. I've seen some of these old trucks sit for 2 years. If they had a good battery, they'll start right up. They have so much less complexity to worry about. Something you'll never see anymore. Real chrome. And look, it's still shiny. They used to chrome plate them a lot better too. It still has the original wheels. And yeah, they're a little dirty, but you could polish them up if you wanted to. And this is a classic pickup truck. It's got a V8 engine and it has rear wheel drive with a gigantic solid rear differential that was really well made. Now, what do people worry about in old trucks? Rust. Ford denoted to be rustmobiles. That's superficial rust, you can hear. It's just superficial. But then again, this is a Tennessee truck. If this truck had spent its lifetime in New York, Wisconsin, there wouldn't be much left. It would have rusted away. Back in the day, they didn't put very good rust preventative on it. My old man had a Ford. We used to get a little ice pond in the back seat. It had so many leaks that we'd pretend we were ice skating inside it. It was just so full of holes. But even back then, the engine was good. He sold it to a junkyard man, and he took the engine out, put it in his junkyard truck, and was still driving it around years later. While the body was just crushed. You couldn't really even sell it for steel, because there wasn't much steel. Mainly it was iron oxide rust, was all that was left of the car. That's why guys are always coming to southern states and Arizona where it's dry to pick up these things. You can find a good non-rusted one, take my advice. Buy it. They're a dime a dozen. There's 1,000,000 5-liters, 1,000,000 transmissions. And they're not like the new ones that are so complex, nobody rebuilds the new engines. Nobody knows how to rebuild the new transmissions. These old ones, they can be rebuilt and then still last a really long time. Start it up and listen to it. There goes the key. Starts right up. What does it sound like? Sounds like a V8 engine. You don't hear a bunch of clanging and clattering and noise. These things are well made. Now you do hear a lot of whirring sound, but that's the fan clutch on the radiator. They're like big giant trucks. They have a tendency of making a little more whirring noise. But the engine, solid as can be. The other day I had a guy bring me a brand new Ford. Had one of those little bitty 4-cylinder engines with the turbo. Car had 2,500 miles on it. It made 10 times more noise than this thing did, and it was practically brand new. Really, they don't make them like they used to. Let's take it for a spin. Put in gear, and what do you see? Okay, it's got a tiny little jiggle to it. What do you expect on an old truck? Still runs fine. And it's an old pickup truck, okay. The front end is slightly worn. You can turn it back and forth. It's still pretty much going straight. You gotta turn it quite a bit to get it going. This is not a race car. This is an old pickup truck. A lot of the plastic inside is going to rattle. But, hey, it still goes pretty smoothly down the road. You can haul a lot of crap with it. Get out, the brakes still work perfectly fine. Stops on a dime. And as we go down the road and listen, I don't hear any worn wheel bearings. Axle bearings, sounds nice and quiet. Now I do have to keep the windows open because the AC doesn't work anymore, but hey, they're made for driving out in the country with the windows rolled down. We're headed to the cornfields. This baby may be old, it's a 95, it's got almost 200,000. Let's see what it'll do when we step on the gas. Okay, it's lost a little bit of its horsepower. There's no arguing that. But once it gets rolling, gets going. You know, it's one thing, the speedometer only goes to 90 miles an hour. That was a law they put in back in the day. Well, when they made the national speed limit 55, they wanted people to slow down. So they stopped them at 90 miles an hour in the speedometer. They could go much faster than that, but then you were just guessing. Which to me is kind of a safety thing. I mean, there's a big difference between going 120 miles an hour and going 95, and you're not going to know in this thing. Well, that's what happens when you get politicians involved in things like trucks that they don't know. Get back in the truck, horn still blows, sounds nice and loud. They have airbags. At least for me, because the passenger just has to take it as it comes. I don't see any airbag over there. And I'd say this thing lost about 25% of its acceleration torque because it's just old and the engine's worn. But it still runs good enough. Heck, I'm almost 70. I've lost some of my horsepower too, but hey, my wife's not complaining yet. So don't let the fade on the hood fool you. This thing's still got a lot of life left in it. Yeah, it's not a race truck anymore, but I mean, you can do whatever you want with one of these things. There's so many things you can do with an F-150. They got so many kits for different things out there. But in this case, if you want to have a nice run-around rat truck, this would make a perfect rat truck. All you gotta do is clean it off and put a clear coat on it, keep the faded, and hey, it's got some class. So, it may be old, but it's still got a lot left in it. You find these old F-150s, this one sat for years, still goes perfectly fine. You can get parts for them cheap enough. And let me tell you, they'll outlast the new ones that they're making that got turbos, twin turbos, GDI fuel injection. I don't care about this gas mileage crap. They can say the new ones get great gas mileage. Not when you pull stuff, carry a lot of weight. They don't. That's all fantasy gas mileage. This is real, it runs. You're always going to get lower gas mileage in a pickup truck. Don't think it's going to be a miracle and it's going to go forever. And of course, the new F-150 Lightning, You know what you can do with that? Imagine you're towing something and you run out of electricity in 80 miles. Isn't that really handy for going around the country in, right? You're looking for an old truck like this. If you can find a 95 in this shape, buy it. Even if you don't want it, buy it and then sell it to somebody else and make some money if you can get a good price. Because these things are rock solid. And this one, since it was Grandpa's car, hey, it was taken care of. And there's a lot of grandpas out there that are getting so old they can't drive anymore. Or they're still driving and then finally they kick the bucket, but the truck's still going. You get a good deal on it. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.